deviation from our normal sort of topic basis in that I've come to Ravenscar, which is in North Yorkshire. North Yorkshire, right? Yes. It's a sort of it's an interesting site. It's the topic for future videos and based on the more conventional history stuff. But today I'm here with special guest star, Corporal Kingsman of the Boys Brigade, Oli Colbeck, known to his friends as Oli, and he's going to talk to us about paleontology today.
It's very windy.
It is very windy, so you'll have to excuse the shots. But yes, we're going to talk about paleontology. So stay tuned. I'm getting a dramatic wide shot, Oli.
Get a dramatic wide shot.
You ought to know this, you do film.
Okay, so we're going to smash this open and see if there's anything inside.
Have all the health and safety procedures been followed, Oli?
Yeah, we are wearing appropriate footwear. We have safety goggles on. They are just glasses, but please wear safety goggles.
I saw you put the lenses in those earlier.
Yeah.
So those are quite fragile. And I'm standing, what, a good 2 yards away at least?
A good few metres back. I'm more at risk, but I should be fine.
No, you're an expert, you'll be right.
Yeah, I'm an expert.
Okay, right. We get ready for carnage.
3, 2, 1. What the fuck?
Oli, you can't swear on this channel.
What the flip? So what we're going to do now, we're going to approach the secondary method of getting into rocks.
So you see that one is...
Strong.
The clinical term is not broken, I think.
No, not broken. So what we're going to do, we're going to take out a hammer, and what we're going to do... And a chisel.
And a chisel, so this is heavy machinery now.
Yeah, quite. So we're going to sit on a rock, get comfy. There we go. And we're just going to, you just kind of want to... I've never done this before. You just kind of want to... It's not working, Finn. Hold on.
Oh, heaven.
Ow, shit! It's getting on my finger. Sorry, I'm swearing.
So, Oli, what can you tell us about this rock?
It's hard.
Right, but I mean the paleontological properties of it.
I don't think this... I'll be on it. Right, so...
What type of rock is it?
I'm not a geologist, I'll be honest. So basically, it's an old rock.
It's old. How old would you say that rock is?
It predates, it's like dinosaur times, you know, like, so a few, maybe 100 million years.
100 million years?
Make it, so it is a Jurassic, so this is the Jurassic coast, so this will be a Jurassic rock, so between, I think 106, no, 140 and 80 million years old.
I see, and how old is the hammer?
I actually don't know. It's old.
It's not millions, is it? It'll probably be in the 1 digits.
The hammer might predate me.
The hammer might... Okay, so it's an oldish hammer going up against a million-year-old rock. That's... I'll start filming again when something happens.
If something happens. So this on the ground, this is shale. So this is basically what this is. Shale, you get like massive, like that's all shale. So
all of that?
Whole rock is shale. So if it's illegal, this is illegal. But if you wanted to, it's illegal, so don't. But if you wanted to, you could smash a hammer into there, like the sharp bit, like that, and just pull away, and a lot of, like, this kind of very fine rock would come out of it. And you find things called nodes in there, which we don't have an example of here yet. But actually, we do.
Oh, we do?
This is a broken node.
Right, let's go.
So someone's already been inside this to try and find a fossil. There wasn't one in here, but that's kind of what. So imagine that were like a perfect hole and a sphere. That's what fossils are probably going to be in. But,
right.
You can see a few along the beach, broken already. So
no doubt, yeah.
the other fossil hunters beat us to it, but we will find a node, and I swear on my life, I will show you a fossil if it's the last thing I do.
Well, I all right. On your head be it then, I suppose.
On my head. So the Reverend Excellent Finley Bond,
The Reverend.
yes, is now going to
I'm going to have a go
hammering the rock.
What if I use the sharp end?
You can use the sharp end.
You think that that might do any better.
Maybe.
All the health and safety has been observed. I've got appropriate footwear.
Yep.
Gogs are on, hats and everything. So, right. You see, you should have used the sharp end because a great big chunk of it's just come off.
There we go, look at that.
The,
So there's nothing in
the
there.
expert paleontologist has been thwarted by brute common sense. So,
Yeah.
fab. Anyway, so that was a dud, but we'll carry on looking. I'll tilt to the camera, Ollie.
This is that's kind of, it's very tiny. That might actually be a fossil. It might be a shell. But we're going to smash it open anyway.
We're going to smash it open. All the health and safety has been followed again.
Yep.
Right. The results are, Captain Colbeck?
Nothing.
Zilch.
Yes,
Right.
that's like finding an Easter egg and there not being any chocolate in it.
Ouch.
So, you know. But that's fine, we found one, and that's what the process
It's
is.
an omen.
But if you look over here,
If I look over where, sorry?
right here, you'll see on this rock there's lots of shells. Lots of shell fossil, which is kind of what we're here to find. So, there we go.
Right, good,
So
good.
that there, shell. Oh, you can hit that one, okay. There we go. Shell fossil. That one's stuck in.
And how can you tell that apart from just rock? Because it looks an awful lot like rock.
You're asking me questions I don't know the answer to. I know I'm supposed to be the expert.
You're the expert, Ollie.
Yeah. So the way fossils are formed. Do you want to do this in the interview later on, or?
Yeah, tell you what, we'll cut to a better position when we
Yeah.
talk about that one.
We'll do it in the interview. Cut to the interview. So the ground we're on now. This is shale.
This is shale.
There could be a massive fossil underneath us at the minute.
How big?
We don't know. Huge. I found a pretty big ammonite here a few years ago. But there could be an entire rich dinosaur underneath us right now. We'll never know.
Never know.
Probably not.
Well, what if all these cliffs get eroded away? Then we might know.
We might know then. But
How long would that take?
Oh, maybe like 5 years, 10 years.
5?
It'll probably take longer than that. I mean,
That's not bad actually for a cliff.
Yeah, might take a while, but yeah, we're not allowed to. So legal clarification.
Legal.
That no mine, cannot mine.
Cannot mine that. Solicitors know.
Anything on the ground is free game. So yeah, but basically, the way shale is formed, this used to be an ocean, massive ocean, in the Jurassic.
So we'd have been underwater.
Yeah, and so what would have happened is a layer of sediment would have gone down, like sand, mud, dinosaur bones, stuff like that. And then over time another layer would build up, and the weight of the water would compress that down, and over time shale would build up, which is what we've got now, and it preserves fossils and stuff.
I see. So is shale a kind of limestone then?
Probably, yeah. But as you can see, I don't know if you can see here, this is a strip of calcite, which is just a thing that happens, I suppose. I don't know why it happens, but sometimes there is just calcite in the rock, which is kind of cool.
And calcite is very gone off milk.
Yeah, calcium.
Ancient milk.
So lick it and you'll get strong bones.
Strong. Right.
There you go.
Jolly
That's
good.
my
We're not going to
advice.
film that.
We're not going to film that, but we're going to do it.
We found one.
There we go.
So what is that, Ollie?
So-
Tell us about that.
That is a shell, probably of like an ancient mussel by the looks of it. I don't know a lot about marine life, unfortunately, and that's all you'll find here. But it literally is like a case of, you put your chisel there, and then you tap the top of it, and it breaks away a bit of the shale. That's how fragile this ground is. And you can literally just pull it apart and find loads and loads of different skeletons and, well, not skeletons, but you might find a skeleton. I think they did find an ichthyosaur here a few years ago. But the main things you find here are ammonites, shells, squids, you know, stuff like that. But they do calcify. Some of them fossilise in really cool ways and really different colours. So sometimes you do get like rainbow ones or gold ones, stuff like that, which is really interesting and brilliant.
It is.
Jolly good.
Jolly good. Now, what is that? Tell us about
that's
that
another
one.
shell.
Another
Most
shell.
of these are going to be shells, I'll be honest. But yeah, it's so this was already broken into, but that's a nodule.
Yeah.
And I just chipped away a bit, and there was a fossil. There was just a shell in there. So shells leave behind two things. They leave the fossil, and they leave the imprint.
Yes, I've heard about these imprints.
Yeah. Sometimes you only find the imprint. So there are actually, I'm pretty sure, foot tracks here somewhere. Some dinosaur foot track. It might be Megalosaurus, I'm not sure. But so yeah, they'll leave behind an imprint, and then but sometimes you find the actual thing, which is very cool.
Yeah. Delicate rockwork surgery going on here.
Yes. The Finley Bond shelf.
This is going to go on the shelf. It's going to be in the background of all my videos.
How's that?
That is splendid, Ollie. Absolutely splendid.
There we go.
Don't try our fate anymore.
I'm not gonna, but there we go. Spectacular find.
Spectacular find.
I'm very happy about this.
Yes.
It's a successful day.
Evidently.
Might be
So this is a shell.
a crab.
A crab would have lived in that.
Maybe. I can't tell because this shape down here is what's puzzling me. Because that's kind of crab shaped.
Crab shaped.
So it could be a very small crab, or it's just like a mussel.
Must right.
So it's one or the other. But yeah, very cool. There we go.
Lovely, lovely jubbly. I stood on a thing, it broke, and I discovered something.
So Finley Bond literally just stood on it, and there's an ammonite there.
Got my high-tech magnifying glass here.
Yeah. So as you can see through there's some shiny bits on there, so that's just like a different kind of form of way the rock will fossilise. But what you can get is some people find fully gold ammonites. It's not actual gold, it's fool's gold, but it is a fully gold ammonite essentially.
That's crazy.
So you just found that by accidentally kicking the rock up. So congratulations, Finley Bond.
I can add accidental paleontologist to my list of things.
You have just found an ammonite. Well done.
I'm impressed actually.
Well done. This one's going to be hard because it's very fragile.
It is, yeah.
I'm not going to touch that bit. But yeah, there we go.
Tell you what, if we pack that up, we can take it to a secure location and then
we will. I'll
do
put
stuff
that in
there. But that's.
I'll put that in a bag.
I'm sorry to say, Ollie, but that trumps your shell, doesn't it?
It does trump my shell by miles. You found an ammonite, so well done.
You can tell us all about it in a moment.
I will. All right.
In the process of extraction, we accidentally broke it.
It's okay though.
But we have the memory.
So there's a bit of imprint.
Bit of imprint.
So
I can actually see the screen.
A little bit of imprint.
Yeah, there we go. We got it.
Very careful. Now. There we go. That went well.
Nice. Well, yeah, about as well as you can do. I mean, there's a lot of ammonites in the world.
Oh yeah, there is a disturbing amount. Actually, we'll get to that in a bit.
What was special was the memory.
What was special was the memory. But you have the bum there, the little nub there. So there you go. So yeah,
the orifice.
It's the orifice, an orifice, and then we've got. It keeps breaking in my hands.
Yeah.
I cannot express how fragile shale is, and it's kind of annoying, but we live for the process.
Yeah.
So
it would be like, I suppose the equivalent would be if literature, all of Shakespeare was written on like tissue paper.
Yeah. So this is extraordinarily thin, as you can see.
Yes.
It's like that, and that, and that. So it's easier than breaking paper.
Yeah, well, rather, you don't have to tear it.
If Alexander the Great wrote on shale, we would have no idea of his history.
Alexander the Great, just Alexander, I think.
Just Alexander.
Alexander.
He wasn't great, actually, was he?
Not all that great.
I didn't like him. I thought he was a pretentious knob. But that's a story for another time.
Indeed, rather not the topic of today's video. Welcome back to Extreme Chiseling.
It's sandstone.
Sandstone, which is just compressed sand.
Yeah. So, no idea what that is. hit it with the hammer.
Try the thin end.
Ow. Ow.
I say, did you see us the
There's
sparks?
So getting close, viewers, getting close.
Oli Colbeck, ow, Jesus. Oli Colbeck makes fire.
Booga booga. Ow! Oh shit. Yeah, thank you.
Seal where?
At the end.
I can't see any seals.
Just be careful because you can't get too close to it.
What sort of what sort of ancestry does the seal have, Ollie?
So it's a mammal, so it would have probably, if you look back a few million years, it will have probably been a land animal. And then one day, some of the land animals decided, you know what, I want to go for a swim, and then they did, and then they didn't come back. So,
where is it? Can you see it?
I cannot.
Heaven and earth. There it is, look.
Two of them.
Two?
Yeah.
What's the collective noun for seals?
Seals.
No, but I mean like the... Oh, forget it. Further fossil breaking by... What did you call me earlier?
The Reverend Finley Bond.
The Reverend Spectacular Finley Bond.
With seals for an audience.
Seals for an audience
Over there.
My loyal viewers. This one's harder than the last one.
It is. I think it's
Even the thin end of the wedge doesn't want to do it.
yeah,
What rock would you say this is, Ollie?
solid. It's solid.
I'll give you 10 out of 10 for that one.
Thank you. It's not a fire rock.
That was horrible, wasn't it?
Well
Worst
done.
throw of my life. Now, Oli Colbeck, this looks like it was formerly a thing.
It was formerly a thing.
What sort of thing was it formerly?
Probably a mussel. Clearly this is a shell, and there's another one there. There's such a large abundance, but I don't know if you can see. This shale is crumbling in my hands.
It is rather.
If I set this down, it will probably be just gone forever.
Gone forever.
And shattered, which is very sad, but that's history. You know, you live, you die, you become rock.
Will I become rock one day, Oli Colbeck?
It depends. Will you be cremated?
I hope not.
Will you be buried?
I would like to be buried.
You might be mummified or just a skeleton in a...
Oh, a mummification sounds like a wonderful fate, actually. It's what they did to Jeremy Bentham and Lenin.
Who?
Lenin.
Vladimir
Ilyich Ulyanov.
Yeah.
They mummified him.
They did.
He's still around.
Somewhere.
So is Jeremy Bentham. It's great.
Yeah. So is Tutankhamun. kind of.
Tutankhamun.
We have his leg.
If Tutankhamun got sick, would I call his mummy? We have here our first complete sizable node.
That I'm pretty sure it is. I think it is, yeah.
And we're going to see what happens if you let Oli Colbeck loose on it with a hammer.
I'm going to take a picture of it.
Picture taking intensifies.
Because I am a photographer as well.
He's a photographer, a cinematographer.
Oh, there's a ammonite here as well. Oh, and
Oh.
But it's fine because there's another one inside. See this? They're everywhere. They're literally everywhere. It's problematic.
Wonderbar.
Right then. Oh, this is a thing that used to be a thing. This is. So can you see the same shape? This is a mussel, current mussel.
Oh, current present day mussel.
Not modern mussel. So this and that. Same thing. One's dead and
Crazy.
one is also dead but not as old dead. This doesn't smell anymore.
Preservation, man.
I know, right? Very
Anyway,
good.
can we see what happens if you hit this with a hammer?
We can.
I'll let you do the first honours.
I'll do the first one.
Hello, there's a crack. It would appear nothing tremendously interesting so far.
In a minute.
Just sort of shiny rock.
Just different shades. Shiny here. I'll buy you an ice cream when we get to the top of it.
Oh, Oh, that's awfully kind of
That's
you.
not for the video, that's just...
So, worth its weight in ore, this would be about, what, 4p?
Hang on, we've got something.
We've got something.
See that?
Yes.
That is a squid shell.
Squid. Small
If you-
squid.
If you see here, look, there's the rest of it there. Broken, unfortunately, but that was a squid shell. If we go in that way, we should be able to find the tip.
Okie dokie. Carry on.
We must be careful. Right. I'm gonna do this carefully. There's a bit of that shiny ammonite there.
Oh, there is actually. Hang on. Am I filming? Yes, there we go. That's
Film
cool.
that, I'll start getting to it.
Very interesting.
There we go.
Holy moly.
There we are, see? There's another one there. So if I try, I'm going to try and get that one out.
He's- Oh.
Some quartz there, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, right. That's what they put in clocks.
Yeah, and it's very toxic. But there's quartz.
All the health and safety regulations have not been obeyed.
So yeah, we won't eat the quartz. I think it's quartz anyway. There's bugs everywhere.
There are bugs everywhere.
And it's very awful, but yeah, so it's shiny, that's clear and shiny.
Did you break it?
No.
you broke it, didn't you?
I broke it.
So we're going to make a disclaimer here, right? This chap here, I called him an expert. He's an expert at dinosaurs, and he claims this is a dinosaur museum.
It is.
Well, he claims that, but I haven't seen a dinosaur all day.
And we won't see dinosaurs.
What I've seen is lots of rocks.
Yeah.
And remind us, Ollie, how much geological experience have you got?
None.
Yeah, that's a solid none. So what we have here is the Finbon Geology Special on a beach full of rocks with two men who know next to nothing about rocks.
But I don't know anything about things. But look here, look, our ammonite here. You can take that home. That can go on the shelf.
Like, that can go on the shelf, can it?
That
If it
one's a
doesn't
good
fall
one.
to pieces.
Yes, because they're very.
That one's actually quite nice. I hope that one doesn't break. Knowing me though, on the way home that was going to break.
It will break.
Almost assuredly.
So what we're gonna do?
What?
We're gonna go by the bog standard method and throw it against the rock.
The Wrath of Colbeck.
So that didn't work.
Where is it? Has it been fractured into so many pieces I can't see it anymore? Oh no, it's there.
But look what it landed next to.
Thing.
Another node.
Another rock.
It's a very flat node. It's a very shaly one, so it may just fall apart. But can you see it's kind of like scales?
Yes, what does that signify?
A long time ago, this wasn't a rock. It was just sand, and then the sand compacts down, turns into rock. New layer of sand compacted.
And why does that look like scales?
I don't know. Probably because it's not one fine sheet. It's lots of different ones. You know what I mean? Do you want to take the little squid we have home? That is a fossil.
Sure.
Hold on, let me look in a minute.
Cool. Sorry, the filming went a bit shoddy there, but yes. That's a thing, that can go in our pile of things. There's the thing pile.
For fuck's sake, there's another one in here.
Another squid?
Yeah, I just shattered it.
Oh, Colbeck.
Hey, oh my god, look, it's the tip! We found the tip! There we go, look. So we have an imprint. I got you an imprint, Finn.
An imprint, because that's what I wanted.
Yes, because the actual fossil was destroyed by Oli Colbeck. There we go, the imprint of the tip of a
Expert destroys everything he knows anything about, and all we're left with to talk about is bloody rocks.
But look, can you see here? There is the rest of the squid.
These are small squids.
Oh yeah, they were tiny. They were long.
Long, thin squids.
Yeah. I'm hoping if I just do micro little hits, it'll like just kind of, you know, fall apart, fracture.
Yeah.
Just clean up my work surface a bit. Ow. Oh hey, that's cool.
All the health and safety rules have been complied with.
See that?
I see that. What is it?
Put it in the thing pile.
In the thing pile. The ever-growing thing pile. This is going to be exhilarating content.
I'm sure the viewers will enjoy watching an hour of me scraping rocks off of it. Oh my god, what are those?
What?
Sorry, I freaked out because there were bugs. Get the camera. Look! Oh, it's
Holy moly! That is a large insect.
So that is an earwig.
It is an earwig.
That's a currant bug.
Non-dead insect.
See that? Just get this on camera because it's going to get destroyed in a minute, probably.
Small piece of squid.
I don't know if it is.
Where did earwig go?
So that is the inside of the squid shell.
Inside.
So that's the inside of it. So the
Hello,
inside's...
ant thing.
Oh, that's a spider thing. I'm going to move around here. Not because I'm scared.
Not because you're scared of Rupert the earwig.
You can't be.
Why the hell not?
Because they're monsters.
And?
I don't like them.
No, but the Flixton werewolf is perfectly acceptable.
Yes, it is. This is what the great pioneers did, Finn.
Pioneers?
This is how we smited fundamentalism.
Fundamentalism? What country are you from?
Christian fundamentalism.
Oh, I see what you mean. Right.
Because
I'm
how
with you now.
old the bones were when they found the first dinosaur. It meant that Genesis was kind of null and void. So when the guy wrote about Megalosaurus, the first dinosaur ever found, he had to write, oh yeah, it wasn't a predator, it was a mercy killer, because God loves and there was no suffering before original sin. So
Of course.
that's how they explained it. And then obviously we learned that that's a lot of bollocks, so...
Heaven and earth, these bugs are getting more persistent.
I know, it's vile. How are the seals doing?
Seals, somewhere over there, I still can't see them. Oh no, it's disguised itself cunningly as a rock. Do you suppose we should probably leave?
We should.
That water's looking pretty vicious.
I'll take it with us.
Yes, right, let's go. Sheep.
Right. So we may not have dinosaurs in the modern era, but we do have mammals. So I'm going to approach the sheep.
It's going to approach the sheep.
Safety regulations are off.
Onwards, Christian soldiers marching us to war with the banner of Jesus going on before.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
There goes a brave man.
It's a ram. It's a ram.
A ram?
A ram.
I'm trying to think of something funny to say. I can't think of anything.
It'll ram into my nuts if I'm not careful.
As usual, Colbeck pulls it out of the bag. Fab. There's a rock here. It says OK, but the K is actually a cunningly disguised ammonite.
And that's a big squid.
Whoa! That's the most recognisable thing I've seen all day.
I think it's a squid anyway. Could be some calcite.
That's major.
I know, right? So we have found a good rock for a nodule.
Good rock.
We've got Finley Bond with hammer and chisel.
Yet again, going to do the amateur work here, right?
Ow.
All the health and safety regulations have been followed.
Yes, they have.
We're just dim, that's all. It's tough work, this.
Yeah. So these ones are the hardest, very hard to get into because they're not shale. Solid rock.
What? Sorry, what kind of rock is this?
Solid.
Yeah, but what kind?
Like a hard one.
God's sake.
I'm not the rock expert.
There is really...
That didn't work. Hold on. Fossilised fossil.
So Oli Colbeck's idea was to do exactly the same thing I did, but worse.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that rock, I'm claiming, leave it for someone with a bigger hammer to get into.
I see.
I'm sure they will enjoy that.
Undoubtedly. Majestic creatures. And if we get any closer, they shall seal our fate. Right, let's leave. Hi there, Oli Colbeck.
Hi, Finn.
So this is the part where we stop doing ridiculous things down on the beach and we talk somewhat seriously.
Yes.
So, I suppose, would you like to talk a little bit about Ravenscar in the capacity of fossils?
So it's quite an important site. Obviously, it's near Whitby, and Whitby's known for fossils. So is Robin Hood's Bay, and Ravenscar with that comes hand in hand. But a lot of the fossils that get claimed, oh, they were found in Robin Hood's Bay, were actually found here. So it's mainly important in terms of prehistoric marine life. So stuff like ammonites, ancient squid, ichthyosaurs, maybe even a plesiosaur. I think we've gotten some plesiosaurs around here as well. So not necessarily dinosaurs, but marine reptiles for sure.
Okay, I see. And am I right in thinking that's not your specialty?
That's not. But I will say there is, I believe, along the beach somewhere between here and Robin Hood's Bay, dinosaur footprints.
Cool. Okay, so what is your specialist area then? If you went on Mastermind, what would you answer questions on?
Dinosaurs, probably.
I see. And could you just give a general definition of dinosaur for our unenlightened audience?
So, dinosaur, translated from Latin, means terrible lizard.
Greek, isn't it?
Might be Greek. Greek or Latin. Some ancient language, which means it means terrible lizard. Not because they were terrible things, but because when they were found, they were so terrifying because we hadn't seen any creature this size ever, and they were clearly reptiles. So it's like all we knew back then was the Komodo dragon, which was a 2-meter beast, and then all of a sudden we find this 9-meter Goliath. That's going to bring together some scary thoughts, so they named them the terrible lizard. But essentially, dinosaur is the predominantly land-based primary animal kingdom that existed between 290 and 66 million years ago, I believe.
Okay, and what separates them from other things that people think of in the same area, like pterosaurs and things?
It's bone structure. There's also like at some point there is a divide earlier on in the Permian era, but essentially because you do get some dinosaurs that flew, like it's believed Microraptor would have glided, or some other very small ones, but no big ones. But what differentiates the feathered dinosaurs from the pterosaurs is the way the bones work and the wings. So a pterosaur would have had their big long arm like that, and they would have had a skin under here, and that's how they would have flown. They would have had a big membrane of skin there.
Like a bat.
Like a bat, exactly. Whereas dinosaurs would have been feathered instead.
Oh, right, okay. So, you were mentioning something earlier about, what was it? Synaptids and...
So, in the late Permian, an event occurred called the Great Dying, which is the second great mass extinction, I believe. And basically what happened, all around the world, everything started dying really fast. There was massive droughts, volcanic eruptions. The world was literally, never been so close to ending since then. And very few species survived, but out of those species there was a group of different ones. I can't remember the exact species, but I know one was called a Lystrosaurus, and the Lystrosaurus was a thing called a synapsid, which is what we are. So our very, very distant ancestor is a thing called a synapsid, and the synapsid is essentially the early form of what a mammal would eventually become.
Right.
And the very little hair it did have would have been very simple barbed whiskers, whereas alongside it was living a thing called the diapsid, which would have also had these barbed whiskers, but they would have actually been very early forms of feather, known as a proto-feather, and it would have been almost like a porcupine spine.
Huh.
And over millions of years, the Lystrosaurus would become rats, us, and the synapsid would become dinosaurs, and then would become birds, modern birds.
Right, I see. So, so we all sort of share common ancestors with these...
We do, yeah.
With the dinosaurs?
If you go far, technically not, but if you go far enough back, we do have this. We do have a link, but this is going back over 300 million years. So our connection between dinosaurs is so astronomically small, it's almost not feasible. So one of our closest ancestors in the modern day is bananas. We share 50% of our DNA. We share 50% of our DNA with bananas. So on a DNA standpoint, we're very closely related to bananas. Primates as well, we've got about a 90% DNA relatability to them. But with birds, we're completely removed, pretty much. And dinosaurs, we were technically completely removed as well, because we'd already branched by then.
Right.
So we're not. So our ancestors wouldn't have been dinosaurs, but dinosaurs.
We have a common ancestor.
We
with
do.
them.
Our dinosaurs' ancestors would have been the same as our ancestors. Probably
Right.
the first fish that came on land, I imagine.
Nice. And so what is it that got you interested in all this dinosaur lark?
I don't know. When I was very, very young, there was a book called Tyrannosaurus Drip, which was about a Parasaurolophus, which is a hadrosaur, which is a herbivore dinosaur, that's egg had been lost and ended up in a Tyrannosaurus Rex nest. And it was the story about how this little Parasaurolophus was raised by the T-Rexes, and then at some point it ran away, and the T-Rexes chased it, and it made it back home safely. So I guess that's kind of like my earliest memory of dinosaur stuff. Same with Andy's Dinosaur Adventures.
Oh, I remember. See, I think I remember Tyrannosaurus Strip as well.
Yeah.
Very vaguely.
Really good book for my reading age. When you when I go around to my grandma's, and she had like this recorded program of, I think might have been David Attenborough going around the Natural History Museum and everything coming to life and stuff. And then obviously when I was 7, I watched Jurassic Park all the way through for the first time. I'd attempted several times, but I was too scared. But no, I managed to get it through, and the reason was because the trailer for Jurassic World had come out, and I asked my dad, can we go see it, because I love dinosaurs. And he said, I'm not letting you see that unless you watch Jurassic Park first. So I said, alright, fine. So I watched Jurassic Park, and it was brilliant, and I loved it. And I've never really not been interested in them since then.
I think. How well would you say that sort of Hollywood depiction of dinosaurs holds up to the actual fact of it?
At the time, quite well, with certain species.
So it's kind of it's like the Monty Python Galaxy song in that the facts change.
Yeah. So
they got it wrong.
At the time, like they were very accurate, very good depiction. Not Velociraptor. Velociraptor was terrible, and we'll come back to that in a minute. but now they're atrocious.
Oh right.
They're not in any right what dinosaurs would have looked like.
So in the spirit of having continuity from the original, they've lost the train of thought where they try and keep things accurate.
But I will say, what the newer movies have attempted to have done is incorporate some scientific evidence into the new stuff. So in Jurassic World Dominion, they showed a flashback to the Cretaceous period where they did show a feathered dinosaur. Unfortunately, it was a T-Rex, which I don't believe would have been feathered, and if it was, it would have been very light feathering. But they introduced feathered dinosaurs like Therizinosaurus and Morrison Trepidus into the series, and then in this new one which came out last week, Jurassic World Rebirth, they've updated the look of Spinosaurus to be more accurate to what a modern one is. It's still quite inaccurate, but it's more accurate than the 2001 version, so that's good. But yeah, the series does tend to focus more on the dinosaurs being monsters aspect than animals. So a big problem those movies face is a process called skin wrapping, which is where they will take the skeleton and then apply an extraordinarily thin layer of muscle and then just put the skin on.
Yeah.
Whereas, you'll have an extraordinarily skinny T-Rex or a very bony Triceratops, something like that. Whereas in real life, these guys would have been quite large, quite fat. So a really good program is, which I believe is the most accurate one we have at the minute, is Prehistoric Planet, which is David Attenborough's dinosaur docu-series he did, which were done very clearly inspired by his Planet Earth and the Blue Planet series, and it's brilliant. It's my favourite documentary.
Well, the Attenborough brothers certainly know what they're doing, don't they?
They really do.
Got
Richard Attenborough in Jurassic Park and The Lost World.
Well, that's what you'll know him as, but me and possibly some of my audience will be more familiar with him because of his historical films.
Yes.
So the Attenborough brothers really gave us a lot of good stuff.
They did.
Turning back to Ravenscar, do you come here often? I'm trying to chat you up here. Do you come here often?
The last time I came here was 6 years ago. I used to come here a little bit. We had a lot of school trips in year 6 where we looked at the history of Ravenscar, the town that never was.
That's going to be a future video,
that
definitely. We're going to come back
video.
here and look at the old brick factory and things.
But yeah, I've been here a few times to do fossil hunting.
What's the coolest thing you've ever found?
Last time I was here, we were walking, I moved this big rock and there was an ammonite about like that big.
Whoa.
So it was very large ammonite. That was probably the coolest thing.
Football size?
Bigger.
Wow.
Probably like a yoga ball.
Blimey.
So it was massive, like it was huge, and it was just in the rock, and I couldn't take it because we didn't have any chisel.
And you stumbled across that in true Finley Bond fashion accidentally.
I did accidentally, yeah. So and it was brilliant because it was massive, but that's probably the coolest thing I found. I do want to find a dinosaur one day, rather than just an old squid. But
yeah.
That will be long in the future, probably, and hopefully somewhere where there's cool dinosaurs. Not that no dinosaurs aren't cool. Megalosaurus is the first dinosaur I've discovered, was discovered here in Gloucester.
Oh, I got a bit confused then, but you mean here in the UK?
Here in the UK, in Gloucester. I think it was in Gloucester anyway. Megalosaurus, which means giant lizard. Very creative name. And then very shortly after, Iguanodon was discovered, which means iguana something. I don't know what don is in Latin or Greek or whatever it is.
Neither do I.
No.
I know it's Cambridge, Oxford slang for professor.
Yeah. So, well, there we go. Iguana professor.
Yeah.
There you go.
I don't know if this is really your field. Could you tell us anything about sort of the history of paleontology?
Yeah. So I believe technically the first fossil was found in the 1600s, but paleontology itself didn't begin until 1853. When Megalosaurus was first found and named and drawn and dated. I cannot remember the name of the guy that discovered it, but science and religion were very intertwined then. So, and everyone was a fundamentalist Christian back then. The Earth is 5,000 years old, this and that.
Well, you say everyone was a fundamentalist Christian. I've got doubts as to this. I think that probably it was everyone had to pretend to be a fundamentalist Christian.
So, that was kind of the gold standard. The discovery of Megalosaurus completely shattered the belief that the Earth could have been 5,000 years old, because you looked at these bones and they were made of rock, so clearly they're a lot older than 5,000 years. So in the original writings, the guy wrote that, oh yeah, this wouldn't have been a predator, this would have been a mercy killer sent by, like an angel sent by God to, and it would have killed its prey very quickly and without pain. So it's kind of almost like, okay, so you're presenting this creature as a holy gift from God, and that's not what it was at all. Megalosaurus would have been an absolute predator of its time. I believe it's a Jurassic dinosaur. It would have been a medium-sized theropod. A theropod is a two-legged, mostly carnivorous group of dinosaurs that existed all around the world for the majority of dinosaur time. But we get some really cool dinosaurs here. So you get Megalosaurus, and then down south we have Baryonyx, which is a Spinosaurid. And then,
Barry, 63
Barry,
million.
exactly. And then you get a very funny named Triassic dinosaur called Pantidraco, which was a very small theropod. But most dinosaurs in the Triassic were. But I've completely gone off the rails with your question. So you asked for the history of paleontology. So it started with Megalosaurus and drawings of these big lumpy quadrupedal kind of idiots walking around, and then more discoveries were made throughout the 1800s, and then in the early 1900s we're kind of like, these dinosaurs would have been bipedal. So the discovery of T-Rex was kind of big on that. They're like, its arms are like that big. But fun fact, T-Rex's arms would have been the size of a fully grown man's arm. So a T-Rex's arm would have been about this long, maybe even longer. And they would have been able to use them, but not for much. But it would have. So yeah, T-Rex was discovered, which then led to the thing. Oh, they were bipedal, and this led to a thing called like the kangaroo T-Rex, where it was kind of, it would drag its tail along the ground and be kind of stood upright. And then in 1922, a film came out that I cannot remember the name of at the minute, where T-Rex and Triceratops had a fight, because there had been a very famous fossil discovered where a T-Rex and a T-Rex and a Triceratops were locked in battle. More time went on, and between the 60s and the 80s, a thing called the dinosaur renaissance happened, where there were such an unbelievable amount of discovery so quickly that there was like a new species every other day, every other month.
Wow.
And now, where we're at now, every year about 50 new species get discovered.
Really?
I think that's it. 50 new species
incredible.
Get discovered. I don't know how many get named and documented, but we get about 50 new species, roughly. And in the late 80s, early 90s, a dinosaur was discovered called Sinosauropteryx, which completely changed everything. Since then, the only feathered dinosaur we discovered was Archaeopteryx, which was an avian dinosaur. And so we were like, okay, cool. So feathered ones could fly, the scaly ones walked, and some of them could have possibly swam like Spinosaurus, but we'll get to that. And then, so in the early 90s, Sinosauropteryx was discovered, and this was very clearly a very feathery dinosaur. We actually know that its tail would have been massively feathered and stripy like a lemur. And this discovery came after Jurassic Park came out. I think it did anyway, or it was used as inspiration. I'm not sure about the exact history because it was so close. But because feathered dinosaurs were discovered, everything went off, and it was like, okay, how many of these dinosaurs were feathered? Was T-Rex feathered? Was this animal feathered? And evidence of T-Rex being feathered kind of came out again when juvenile T-Rexes were found to have been feathered, and two new species of Tyrannosaurid were discovered, which both had feathered. One here, called Eotyrannus, and one in China called Eutyrannus. And Eutyrannus is currently the biggest confirmed feathered dinosaur. It was been, I think, 9 meters tall, and quite a long one. So that's kind of led to speculation. Was a fully grown T-Rex feathered? And we just don't know the answer to that. I don't think it would have had to have been, because the dinosaurs would have probably had feathers for thermoregulation, control body temperature, and maybe even mating and stuff like that. So but because of its sheer size, it wouldn't have needed to. So I don't think T-Rex was feathered, and if it was, as an adult, it would have been such a light plumage it wouldn't have been noticeable.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then Spinosaurus is interesting. So we found in the 1920s a very few skull skeletons of Spinosaurus, and then there was nothing for years. And then in 2010, a lot more fossils were found. So we found a full tail and a full sail fin, which is why now Spinosaurus's sail fin isn't a semicircle. It's now kind of like a McDonald's M shape almost.
Right.
And there's a big dispute of, was Spinosaurus able to go out of the water or not? It's a hugely disputed dinosaur, but I believe it would have been a very deep sea animal, and it would have very rarely left the water. It would have almost lived in swampy areas, because it was found in Egypt, Spinosaurus.
Right.
And Egypt back then would have been a swampy area. So I believe it would have been in the swamps, and then to go hunting it would go quite far out into the sea, and it would have eaten fish.
Right.
Essentially. We find new discoveries all the time. So recently there's a dinosaur in Brazil called Irritator, which is a Spinosaurid, and it was discovered recently that its jaw wouldn't have done that. It would have kind of done that. So it would kind of opened, showing the audience. So it kind of opened out.
Mm.
And there's a current modern mammal that also does that, called the pelican.
Ah.
So it's believed that there's a possibility Irritator would have had a mouth sac like penguins. So you can imagine this huge 9 meter long. I use 9 meter a lot. This is just a baseline measurement. It's not. It might not have been 9 meters.
Dinosaurs come in
Anyway,
standard sizes.
They do standard.
Small, medium, and large.
Exactly. Small 1 meter, medium 9, large 15. So so this big Spinosaurid would have just kind of rested its jaw like that, filling it up with water, and then it would have snatched up like that and eaten the fish, and then spat the water out probably.
Right.
But yeah, history of paleontology started really shite. Sorry, found, and then over time we get more and more information, and eventually we will find everything.
Eventually.
Probably.
You're certain?
I'm certain. I mean, you have to find everything. I mean, we'll find every species, I imagine, that has been preserved. But there might be species that haven't been preserved. But what I find interesting is that T-Rex, there's a reason it's the most famous. It's because we've found the most T-Rex skeletons, which has led to scientists being able to figure out the a rough population of what T-Rex populations would have been. Just estimated that at any given time there would have been 1 billion T-Rexes roaming North America.
North America alone?
Yeah, because that's all there were. Because by the Cretaceous period, the land had kind of split.
Okay.
So T-Rex was kind of stuck on North America.
Right.
So 1 billion T-Rexes.
That's a lot.
It is. I think that's the estimation of what it was anyway. But
And crucially, paleontology is a British invention.
it is a British invention,
There
as
we
all
are.
good things.
That's another beautiful British invention for the channel there.
It is.
I forget what count we're on now.
Rule Britannia.
Rule Britannia, yes. I see. Well, is there anything else you want to talk about, Ollie? I'm happy to let you ramble about your special interest for as long as possible.
Well, there can be if you would like. So,
How long is this particular bit of footage? This has been 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Not very bad. So,
Would
carry
you like
on.
me to go further?
Carry on, old boy.
So, I looked at feathers for my GCSE, English speaking.
English talking.
English talking, yeah. And I'm now looking at feathers for my photography. Not because I necessarily
I thought you
find...
were doing nothing with your photography.
No, I finished that one. I figured out that there is stuff.
I imagine it probably would have been quite easy to finish the photography.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Well, I figured out that there is stuff, and I did take pictures of stuff. But no, so I don't know why I pick feathers all the time. It's not necessarily an interest. It's just I think it's the most important.
Would you mind if I add to that?
Yes, you can.
Thank you very much.
So because it's such a new discovery. When you think 30 years, yeah, 30 years isn't that long.
No.
In that time, we have discovered such an unbelievable amount of new species that were feathered. It's kind of like, where have these been hidden for such a long time? And there's so many different kinds of feathers, but it gets tricky because then people assume feathers means flight.
Because that's what we see around us nowadays.
Exactly, that's what we have now.
More or less the only animals that have feathers are ones that fly.
Exactly. Most flying animals now are feathered, and most feathered animals fly. Very few exceptions like penguins, ostriches, emus, cassowary. Cassowary, I believe, is the closest thing we have to a living dinosaur.
What is that?
So it's a relative of the emu and the ostrich.
Oh.
It's blue, and it lives in Papua New Guinea, and you don't want to get kicked by it.
Cool. Good to know. I'll bear that in mind next time I'm in Papua New Guinea.
Yeah. But no, they've just got really monstrous feet. Speaking of feet, T-Rex would have had padded feet. Padded. So, if you imagine a T-Rex foot, so like padding, like muscle padding or fat padding underneath.
Oh, like an elephant foot?
Yeah, like an elephant foot, but dinosaur shape. So,
But dinosaur
for
shape.
3 toes like that, 3 toes like that,
3 toes.
padded, walking along like that, and that's believed to have helped it with hunting and stealth, because obviously T-Rex is the size of a bus. So for it to be stealthy is going to be very difficult. But speculation is that it would have been a pardon me.
It would have been a bird.
Pardon me. It would have been a nocturnal hunter, and it would have gone after living prey. But it also could have been a scavenger. We just don't know. But we managed to figure out that a T-Rex probably couldn't move faster than 12 miles an hour, because if it did, its bones would break under its own weight.
So that's seen in Jurassic Park where they're driving away.
Yeah, they run 35 miles an hour. Yeah, very inaccurate. Because scientists tested it, like they did a simulation, like they put the skeleton into a simulation and they tested it, and the bones kind of just couldn't do it. They just couldn't do it. They were just shattered under the immense weight of this massive beat, like, you know, because it's the largest theropod dinosaur in history. So it's that we've discovered at the minute, but that can also be disputed. But I do believe it is the T-Rex. But there is also, but the close contenders are a thing called Giganotosaurus and Carcharodontosaurus, which were also huge in their own right. These colossal titans of, I think they were also Cretaceous dinosaurs, but they really would have ruled. Water break.
Hydration is very important.
But T-Rex was not the largest dinosaur. So there's a group of dinosaurs called sauropods.
Oh, that's like Brachiosaurus.
Brachiosaurus, Brontosaurus, Apatosaurus, Nigersaurus, which people find funny on the internet, Amargasaurus, Dreadnoughtus, and the largest was a group called Titanosaurs.
Aptly named.
Yeah, which were the family of dinosaurs, largely South American, where they would have had dinosaurs such as Titanosaurus, Pegatotitan, Supersaurus, and Argentinosaurus. A giraffe would have gotten up to this thing's shoulder, probably.
Wow.
So we would have probably gotten up to the knee.
That's quite large.
So, and I've been to see in the Natural History Museum, they had a Pegatotitan skeleton in for a while, and I got the chance to go see it, and it's quite terrifying actually.
Do you have pictures of it?
I think I do. Not on my phone, on my dad's phone, but we got a picture of me next to the skeleton and you can barely see me.
Well, if possible, we could try and get those and stick them on screen now.
We'll try and, if we found them, they're on screen now. If not, it's just a picture of a funny Pegatotitan.
Sure, we'll go with that.
But they cleared out this massive hall in the Natural History Museum, and the thing did not fit in. Like, they had to, like, I'm pretty sure it was like they opened one of the windows and had to do an extension, just a temporary extension because of how large it was. But there's a dispute because of how big they were, how heavy they'd have been, what angle their neck would have been. So obviously in Jurassic Park you see Brachiosaurus was quite straight necked, but it was may have been more like that because of how heavy that would have been. Like, you can imagine if your neck was 10 meters tall, like that's going to be, your head's going to be pretty heavy to hold up in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like obviously they'd have been very thick necked, not very slender necked, not snake like at all, chode necked.
So of course they couldn't have lived in Britain then, because you were telling me earlier that Britain used to be one big forest.
It did.
And so these kind of long-necked dinosaurs would have to have lived in open plain area, because manoeuvring with a great big long neck sticking out in front wouldn't have worked, surely.
It would have. So the reason they were long-necked is so they could reach tree. I am just going to look if British sauropods. Sorry, I don't know everything, but there were definitely British sauropods. They would have
British sausage.
So we've got one called Cetiosaurus and Cetiosauricus. So they're some sauropods.
So there would have been long necks in Britain.
Alan.
I don't
know if you can see that.
They won't be able to.
So yeah, those are British.
Sauropod called Alan.
Sauropod called Brachiosaurs of England. So Brachiosaur is the family. So Dinodocus, that's cool. But yeah, you can see there's man, 2 metre man. So they would have been quite large.
We'll put this diagram on screen for you.
We will. I will save this and send it to you. So, so there would have been sauropods. For a sauropod, for Brachiosaurus specifically, they would have had to eat 200 pounds of plant mass a day. No, sorry, might be 2,000.
One of the two.
2,000 pounds of plant mass a day.
Either way, it's a lot.
To stay alive, just because of how large they are. So obviously, Britain being a massive forest, they're not going to have a problem with that. But no, they would have probably used their long necks as camouflage in some way, because their legs are going to be like tree trunks. So not that they would have been targets for smaller dinosaurs, but pack hunters, larger pack hunters like an Allosaurus or something like that, may go after a Brachiosaurus if it's interested enough. But we know for certain that Allosaurus would have fought Stegosaurus, and that's kind of the Triceratops T-Rex of the Jurassic era.
Right.
Triassic, I don't know much about. They're all very small, stuff like Troodon, Compsognathus, Pantidraco, other dinosaurs like them. So quite small to medium sized. Larger dinosaurs didn't come until the Jurassic era, and they got colossal in the Cretaceous era. And then 66 million years ago, very tragically, a 10 kilometre wide asteroid impacted into Mexico. And that started a chain reaction. That was the end. That started a chain reaction that killed all the dinosaurs. For context, 10 kilometres is just under here to Ravenscar.
Here, as in...
Sorry, Scarborough to Ravenscar. So, I think this asteroid might have been 12 miles, or 10 kilometres.
Either way,
two different. So huge. So that's Ravenscar back to Scarborough, or Ravenscar to Whitby. So that's a massive chunk of rock. Fun fact: currently heading towards us is a 20-kilometre long space asteroid object that from another galaxy. It's gonna miss us, but if that hit us, that would probably be it.
Yeah, no doubt.
No doubt. But yeah, there's fun fact. That's how the dinosaurs are.
Wouldn't be nearly as scary as the Martians from War of the Worlds, though.
Probably not. I don't know about War of the Worlds, but Finley does, and I'm sure.
That was my last video.
So. Was that your last video?
Yeah.
I'll have to watch. I will watch, because I do enjoy Bonderings. It's a good YouTube channel. And you should subscribe, by the way.
Indeed. So Oli Colbeck, any closing comments on dinosaurs? Any more burning factoids you want to spew at the camera before we say goodbye?
Yeah. Jurassic Park. Do not trust the velociraptors in Jurassic Park, because they're not velociraptors. They're modelled after Deinonychus. They're modelled after Deinonychus, and even then they're oversized. The size-wise, they're closer to Utahraptor, and even then they're too big. So velociraptors from Jurassic Park are absolutely ridiculous. Same with the Atrociraptors in Jurassic World Dominion. Don't watch Stephen Fry's documentary about dinosaurs that he made 2 years ago, because it's shit. I'm sorry, and very inaccurate. Watch Prehistoric Planet on Apple TV. Pirate it if you have to. I don't endorse it. No, I do. Walking with Dinosaurs. I haven't seen it, but it's like the best.
I've got it on DVD.
Can I borrow?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Call it a birthday present.
Oh, wonderful. It's my birthday tomorrow. As of filming, it's the 8th of July now.
Well, I wasn't going to give out your personal details on camera, but okay.
I didn't give out. I just kind of gave them a clue. So you'll have to guess when my birthday is, I suppose. But I wasn't going to do that. I don't know why I did. You can cut that out. Or not. Leave this in. It'll be funny.
It's okay, sure. But why the hell not?
Yeah. The best place for dinosaurs, I don't know. Because we've got the original one here.
The OG dinosaur.
China's got Velociraptor. North America probably has the best. It's got T-Rex, Triceratops, Camarasaurus. Pretty much every dinosaur ever discovered was discovered in North America, I'll be honest with you. But
we invented it.
But we invented it.
We invented it.
Africa has Spinosaurus. South America has... I think South America has Carnotaurus, and which means devil horned lizard, I believe. That's not it at all. That's so wrong. It means meat eating. I think it means meat eating horned lizard or something like that.
Sounds about right.
So South America has Carnotaurus and Argentinosaurus. Oceania has Australopithecus, which is such a cool dinosaur. It's actually sick. It's a Gigaraptor. That's probably not the name. I think it's Gigaraptor. It might not be. Someone will have to fact check me on that one. And then Antarctica also has dinosaurs.
Really?
Yeah.
What are they like?
Probably like, I don't know. But there is Antarctic dinosaurs. I just don't know about them. But there has been dinosaurs found in every single continent on Earth. All of them brilliant, real animals. That's what people forget. And that's why I think I get called autistic a lot for liking dinosaurs. But for me, it's like, just because it's not a popular interest doesn't mean everyone that likes it is autistic. You know what I mean? It's like
my phone ran out of storage for video, which is quite annoying.
So if the footage looks better,
It's because Ollie's phone's better than mine.
it's because I've got like the colours on his jacket. Look how they pop on this phone.
Oh, pop.
You need to invest.
Film student.
Sorry, you need to invest. So
Anyway, you were talking about how football people are autistic.
no, I was talking about how they're not autistic, but for some reason I am for liking dinosaurs. So it's a thing of popularity. If there's a big interest in something, it's not kind of normal to be interested in it. But if someone's interested in something else, then they're considered autistic. So I know a lot of dinosaur species, and say I start listing them off, you're like, oh, you're so autistic, something like that. But then when you have someone start listing off a bunch of footballers, that's fine.
I'll tell you what we'll have to do. We'll have to get you and Ellie at two sides of a panel, and we'll have.
Does she like football?
No, but she likes talking about autism, doesn't she?
She does talk about autism.
You two can argue for years.
I don't want to talk about autism with Ellie.
No, really, we shouldn't talk about it. We'll get off track. But anyway, Oli Colbeck, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the channel.
Well, it's been great being on the channel.
Friend of the channel, Oli Colbeck.
I am. I will be coming back.
He will be back,
hopefully.
definitely. And if you happen to be a friend of me and you have should we call it a special interest? A special interest, and you want to talk about it, I'm happy to feature you in another special video. Until that time, from Ravenscar, it's goodbye.
Thank you very much for having me on the channel.
It's been a pleasure.
It's been wonderful.
We have the find of the century here, ladies and gents.
Oh my god, new species. So that's what is that? That is an ammonite, I think.
Ammonite, yeah.
Ammonite, so there, yeah, you can see.
Talk us through the gilding process, Ollie.
Of the gilding process?
Yeah, as in why does it look all shiny?
It's just like how the rock will fossilise, but I really don't know.
You can see the steam coming out of his ears.
I will say that I don't know, but it happens and it's a different process. I do kind of want to get that one out though.
It would be nice. I'll get it all on film so we can remember. But
be careful.
You're watching high stakes surgery on rock here, ladies and gents. That just goes right through, doesn't it?
It really does. I'm going to try and go along this line here. I'm going to go under. This is going to be a hard one because it's at a weird angle.
Right. That's getting sketchy. Stop filming. Come and we'll come back. I just needed to have a think.
Oli Colbeck has had a think. What has been yielded as the result of your think?
I'm gonna try and kind of carve around it, and then just pull it out. But it could go wrong, and with how fragile the shale is, I've not got a lot of hope. Nerve-wracking, you know. That was good. The problem is it's half buried. Under the shale, so I can't see how deep in it goes. Uh-oh.
Oh Jesus H! We're about to be Ollie, it's just occurred to me there is a cliff. How the devil are we going to get out?
That's a very good question.
I think this is a time where it would be opportune to leave the sodding fossil and run for the hills.
It would. So it turns out the tide's coming in, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Our ill-fated expedition is about to be drowned. Ollie, I really think we should get off the beach.
Okay. I'll be with you in a minute.
Ollie, I really think we should get off the beach.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Ollie!
It's a fossil, Finn.
It's an ocean, Ollie.
Run, I'll catch you.
Okay.
Up.
Madness. Absolute madness. Ladies and gents, it's my lamentable task to pronounce Oli Colbeck lost at sea. Last I saw him, I called him a madman in a raised tone, and I left past the abandoned war bunker full of standing water. Yeah, he's over there somewhere in a watery grave. So awful shame.
And some knobhead comes by, fingers you, and not fingers you. Don't put that in the video. Cut.
Oli Colbeck,
Hello.
what did you have for breakfast this morning?
I had a sausage sandwich.
A sausage sandwich, that sounds lovely. I had toast.
That's very nice.
Very nice indeed.
With
yes.
jam?
No, with butter.
Oh.
Or flora, technically.
Oh, that's what she said. I'm so sorry, feminist. I'm a feminist.
This is not a blue channel. This is honorary president of Feminist Society.
Don't show her. Don't show her. I'm colourblind.
And that's a wrap, ladies and gents. Now, I wondered if we could have some
B-roll.
yeah, some panoramic view of this headland.
You take
up
the
here.
phone, you get what you want.
Oh, right, thank you very much.